People way out the door. $10 drinks, it's packed inside. I don't know what they're waiting for. Got me a jar full of clear, and I got that music for your ear. And it's like knock, knock, knock goes the diesel. If you really want to see the beautiful.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Good morning, good morning, good morning. You're tuned to the Morning Edge right here on 1540 AM, 101.7 FM. I'm your host, Big Sarge. It is Millennial Mondays, and I have Young Cody in the building.
Yo, what's up? What?
Come on, Young Cody. We've talked about this already.
Yo, Young Cody in the building.
No. Start over.
Young Cody.
Is that the best you got?
What you want? What you want? What you want? You want backflips? You want confetti?
I just want you to be better than sounding like Carlton from The Fresh Prince. Can we get that?
That's what I was going for.
All right, so let's start over. Hey, good morning. Tune to the Morning Edge right here on 1540 AM, 101.7 FM. It is Millennial Mondays. I am Big Sarge along with
Young Cody. You.
Did you have to add the you?
I don't know. I felt it in my bones. I felt like it needed to come out.
281-587-1540 is the number to call in. Once again, it's 281-587-1540. Maybe it was gas.
I don't know.
Maybe that's what you was feeling.
It was. I don't know.
Good morning, all my essential workers out there. Hey, thank you for everything that you do. Young Cody, how was your weekend?
It was really good.
What you do?
I sat down, watched TV, watched a lot of movies. I actually watched Spike Lee's new movie, The Five Bloods.
Is that about the Vietnam guy?
Yeah.
Is it good?
I would say it's really good. Some parts I would, I feel like you could shave a little bit of time off of it, but I really enjoyed the story.
Ain't that like all of Spike Lee's movies though? I always feel like he gets to the point, but sometimes I like Spike. Why you gotta take me all the way around 6'10"?
Yeah. He like, I know the shorter way, and then he go all the way around 6'10" to get to North, but it's all good.
But it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I plan on watching it, man. But on yesterday, Cody, and then we're gonna get into this today. I was tired, man. I'm tired of everything on social media. I'm tired of cutting on the TV, seeing everything, man. Like I said, and we'll get into that a little bit later on in the show. But man, I think I watched a movie called In the Game. It was about the referee Tim Donaghy. He was an NBA ref who got busted for cheating, for betting. Yeah. And so I had read the book a long time ago, and I decided to watch the movie yesterday. This is a pretty good movie. It was as far as acting is concerned, could have been better, but the fact that I knew what was going on, that was good. So, Young Cody, let's go ahead and do it, man. Let's go ahead and see if we can't jump into some of these headlines. I'm trying to get this thing together, Young Cody. Wait, Young Cody, I'm proud of you. What you got on right there?
Oh, I got the Big Sarge I Will Breathe For You shirt with all the people that we represent right here. We got George Floyd, we got Breonna Taylor, we got is Mike Brown on the shirt?
Yep.
Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, all the people that we represent, Eric Gardner.
Botham Jean.
Yeah. And I got this shirt where Big Sarge? At the George Floyd Memorial Service. I really appreciate you for giving me this shirt.
And you know what, Young Cody, hold on. We got time. I mean, we got time. Young Cody, let me ask you a question. You tell me as a residential millennial here, all right? As a residential millennial, you tell me, Young Cody, you got a chance to go to the memorial and to the funeral.
Yes.
What was it? What was it like for you? What was that feeling like for you?
For me,
being a young guy and being in the midst of all of this, it's almost like you all are going through the civil rights all over again, right?
Yeah,
your generation.
That's what it feels like. It feels like it. You know what? Like you hear stuff happen, and you're like, I don't think it would ever happen to me.
Yeah.
But me just being in the presence of all that. Like, it just felt like that could have been me. Like, everybody could be here for me. And I don't know how all the other, like, reporters or how everybody else felt, like, taking pictures and everything, but I just felt so sad. Like, I almost felt like, why am I here? Like, I feel like I was supposed to be there to show respect to George Floyd. And I know a lot of the reporters, they're taking pictures to, show to the media and, get the word out, get the news out. But a lot of people, I just felt like they just weren't there for the right reasons.
You expressed that to me too.
Yeah, I just felt like sad. Like every time I took a picture of somebody walking in the building, I was like, this is not what I'm supposed to. I'm not supposed to be like, oh, look what celebrity I shot. I'm supposed to be like, man, George Floyd, like, he's gone. Like he'll never be able to just rise up out of the casket and be like, hey guys, I'm back. I'm here. And I just like, it almost brought me to tears at one point. Like I had to step back, take down my camera and be like, why am I here?
Yeah.
And I had to just look around and see everybody's face. Nobody was like, I'm not going to say everybody was like there smiling and taking pictures, but it just felt like they were just like there to take pictures, almost like at a concert almost.
Yeah. It was like one of those things that was like, I was there.
Right.
Like I got a t-shirt, I was there. Okay,
Yeah,
young Cody. So since we're here, I want to stay right here. Once again, you tune into the Morning Edge right here on 1540 AM 101.7 FM. It is Millennial Monday. I got the residential millennial in here, young Cody. Young Cody, when you all get to talking, right? And what I mean by you all, I mean the younger generation, the younger generation as far as like that 18 to 25 group, right? That group that's, your college peers at Texas Southern.
That kickback.
If that's what you want to call it, I don't know what y'all call it. But when you all get to talking, right, young Cody, and you start talking about what's going on today. Young Cody, we're on the 21st day of protest. Like it was 20 straight days last night. There's going to be protests tonight because things keep happening. But your generation, how do you all, when you all get in your group and you get away from like the older generation and y'all take a step back and y'all start talking, are you all in shock? Are you all like, what the heck is going on?
It's weird how you initiate the conversation about that, because I'll just come out and be like, isn't what's going on in the world crazy? Like it's hard to initiate the conversation, because usually you'd be like, hey, what's up? Like, what y'all eating today? Can I come swing through, or like whatever, right? But it's like hard to initiate this kind of conversation. And I'm not gonna say it's like hard for people to talk about, but it's almost like they talk about it and say, yeah, what's going on is wrong. It's like either you're fully in the conversation or you're fully out of the conversation.
Yes.
And usually you start like fully out of the conversation, and then somebody says, man, let me just put my input in and what I think about, and then they get fully invested into the conversation. We have like a whole like civil rights movement kind of thing. And then I think the one thing that I really like is a lot of people are now starting to do research about like what happened during the civil rights movement. Like I didn't find this out until somebody posted it on Instagram. They said a lot of the pictures that were taken during the civil rights movement are shown in history books in black and white, but they were really taken in color. So they take them in or this is the theory that they take them in black and white to show that this was so many years ago, but it was only in like the 1970s in that era. And in that era, like movies were coming out in picture. So why would not the pictures come out in, color? So I thought that was interesting, but they were trying to make it seem like, oh, it happened so many years ago, so they want you to forget about it. To me, I'm thinking in my head, well, if it happened that many years ago, shouldn't it be, it should be way, way better. To me, it feels like it's only like maybe 2 or 3 steps ahead, not even, what it should be.
Yeah, Cody, you came in here today. You about this? You ready for this Millennial Monday, right?
I'm ready.
Young Cody, I seen a meme the yesterday that says that the civil rights movement was 50 years ago, but you get people that keep saying, why do you all keep talking about what we did to your ancestors? Why do you all keep talking about what happened to your ancestors? And then at the bottom it's like, you mean my grandmama?
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought that was funny. So, but young Cody, with the current climate of today and what's going on today, right? It's almost like now it's bridging the gap between like the baby boomers and the older generation and this millennial and this generation X, because it's like my grandparents and my great grandparents went through it,
right? And
now I'm going through it, so it's almost like bringing us together, right?
Yeah, something we could relate on, something we could talk about and actually have like a conversation about it. Nobody's like, oh, I hate when y'all do that, or I hate when y'all do that, or the old people don't know nothing. It's all like something that we can kind of agree on, I guess.
And because you and your grandparents, you all have a very, very close relationship.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So it's really weird that you can call and talk to your grandfather about what's going on now, and he could tell you almost the exact same story about when he was growing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy, young Cody. It's crazy. They say history repeats itself, so
Yeah, it does. It does.
That's why I always look, young Cody. That's why I don't never knock you off for the way you dress.
What you saying?
I don't knock y'all for all the tight clothing and the different type of sequences and everything y'all wear. Cause I'm like, have y'all never watched Soul Train? You ever watch Soul Train?
Yeah.
I'm saying to myself, look at these outfits from the 70s. And y'all talking about, oh, these kids back in my day, they would never dress like that. I was like, oh yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Go to Soul Train.
Yeah, I just seen a couple of parachute pants. I ain't gonna much lie.
Shoot, more than just parachute pants. Go back and look at some of the old like bands, like some of the old R&B soul funk bands from the 70s. Look at George Clinton. Look at the Isley Brothers. Hey, look, you know who didn't dress like that though? The Whispers. They always had on suits. I can't even tell which one is which. All right, once again, you tune in to the Morning Edge right here on 1540 AM 101.7 FM. This Millennial Mondays. Yeah, Cody.
Yes, sir.
The weather. You didn't think I was going to come with the weather, did you?
Curveball in there.
It is currently 82 degrees with a 10% chance of rain. Highs today will be 93. The low will be 73. So technically, if you live in Houston and surrounding areas, the high is going to be 93, but with humidity, that's 103.
Yeah, might as well.
Oh, yeah, Cody, I hate when sweat rolls down my back. That's like the worst feeling ever, right? You just be like,
The worst part is because you know, like if it's sweat rolling down your back, you know your like shoulder blades got sweat all on them.
Yes.
So
that's why when I'm going somewhere, I try not to put my shirt on until I get there. I don't care about jumping out the car showing my COVID-19 gut. I don't care nothing about that, young Cody. Somebody out there still likes it.
Well, I'm not showing my gut either.
Hey, what was that on? Was that on Friday After Next? Talking about when Mike Epps told her, and get that cleaned up right there. Talking about, don't worry about it. I know somebody who like it. All right, young Cody. Let's jump into these headlines right quick. So the search is on for a man who was thrown into the water after a crash on the Galveston Causeway Bridge on last night. 3 men and a dog was on the inside, and 2 men are in critical condition, but one is still missing after being ejected from the soft top of the Jeep. Did you see that?
No.
There was an accident on the Galveston Causeway. They hit the rail, and the young man and the dog were ejected out of the vehicle.
So it was like a convertible type car.
Yeah, soft top Jeep.
Oh, okay, I got it.
And so the two of the people that was in there are in critical condition. One is still missing, so they're still looking for one. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, that's horrible.
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine coming back. And I want to know if 2 things come into play with that: alcohol or cell phone.
That's usually the 2.
How it works, right?
That's usually the 2.
People don't understand that the alcohol and the cell phone. You used to just be like, well, it's just the alcohol. Oh, if he hit the causeway like that, if he hits the bridge like that, if he hits the side like that, it has to be liquor related, alcohol related, right?
Right.
Now you got to be like, was he texting and driving? Were they texting and driving? You never know.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand how you text and drive and somebody is sitting in the car with you.
Yes.
Because if somebody is sitting in the car with you, I'll just give them my phone and be like, hey, text this person this, or hey, like, call this person, or, you know, like, I don't understand that.
Hold on. Time out.
What?
Take a step back. Cody, you're not in a relationship, are you?
Not currently. Find me on singlesmeet.com.
Hey, look.
Cody Lover 123.
Hey, look. Hey, look, from I think 12 to 2 right here, the Matchmaker Hotline with Amber Neal. You can ask Amber to hook you up. I don't know if she do millennials, but she may be able to help you out. But, I mean, don't tell nobody what your name is on Tinder.
Okay, I won't.
All right. So, I was going to say, though, young Cody, is that you can't possibly be in a relationship because ain't no man or no woman just going to hand their phone and be like, hey, can you text something for me?
I ain't got nothing to hide. I ain't got no shame in the game.
You'll be like, why, yes. Yes, I can. Why you scrolling? You supposed to be texting. Your finger's supposed to be moving like this. Why it's going up and down? Young Cody, get in a relationship and say, hey, babe, can you text this for me?
Ooh.
It ain't even if you trying to hide something. It's the principle, young Cody.
Well, that one could wait until we get to the destination.
Young Cody, it's about the principle. You just don't do it. Man, listen, when Mila was living, man, her phone, look, she could lay her phone right here. And it can start ringing. I'll be like, hey, your phone ringing. We didn't check each other's phones at all, period. Point blank. I didn't care.
You wasn't curious?
Heck no. Listen, I paid the bill. I didn't care about nothing else.
No.
I didn't care what went on in the phone as long as the phone stayed on.
Oh, so she wasn't like, ooh, like she didn't run to the phone one time and be like, ooh, and slide and be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, Cody, we got to take a break. Before we go to the break, though, let me tell you this. See, this was wrong with you young ones. This was what's wrong with you little young whippersnappers, right?
All right.
Because running to the phone and getting and trying to, oh, let me grab my phone. That's how you give yourself away, young Cody. You just let it ring or go off and you be like, yeah, I wonder who that is. And that dude be tripping. But if you be like, oh, no, I got it. Be like, what you got to hide?
Yeah, you're right. If you get caught, you get caught. You're right.
Yeah, Cody, I'm gonna have to take you under my wing, young Cody, and teach you how to be the Mac. It's Tuesday the morning, Radio 1540 AM 101.7 FM. Hey, when we come back, we'll jump into some more headlines. Young Cody.
Yes.
We gotta salute a college graduate. A very unique college graduate. We'll be back.
Cherubim, seraphim soon. Come sing a song by the light of the moon. I wanna know where I can go, back and get drunk with my friends. I wanna know where I can go, back and feel home again.
Three little birds sat on my window, and they told me I don't need to worry. Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little girls double dark.
It's a calling that's kept us free. It's a place to belong. What's the calling? It's doing a job that makes a difference. Serving your community and your country. It's part-time service where the impact is full-time. What's your calling? Air Force Reserve.
Been feeling a little edgy lately? Listen to Edge Radio. That'll push you over the top. 1540 AM and 101.7 FM.
Hey, welcome back. You tuned to the morning edge right here on 1540 AM 101.7 FM. It is Millennial Mondays. I'm Big Sarge.
Young Cody here.
Stop putting the last parts in.
The last part.
Don't say yeah. Don't say
Yeah. I mean, I feel it.
Just go, Young Cody. No,
I'm
don't
gonna drag it out then. I'm gonna just drag it out.
Cause then you're gonna sound like Big Sarge Jr. But anyway, it's Millennial Mondays. 281-587-1540 is the number to call in. Young Cody, let's jump right back into the headlines. All right. So I want to give a big Sarge salute to Miss Rosa McDonald Burns, who graduated from Brazosport College with a bachelor's degree in applied science. She came to the United States from Santiago, Chile. I can't pronounce it. Chile. I don't want to abuse it, but is it Chile or Chile? You know what?
It's Chile.
I think it's Chile. Anyway, let's not take away from Miss McDonald Burns. Young Cody, she took ESL classes. She was taking ESL classes while taking other college courses and earned enough credits to earn her degree. So, Miss Rosa McDonald Burns, who came to the United States and got a bachelor's degree in applied technology. Do you know why we're big sorry saluting her, Young Cody?
No, I do not.
She's 70 years old with 4 kids.
Ooh, okay. Well, salute to you.
That means you're never too old.
Congrats.
Right?
Oh my goodness.
I got my degree from Prairie View A&M University, Young Cody. We could start here, but we won't. We just gonna let me go ahead and say it and keep it moving, right?
Yeah, we're gonna let you keep going.
All right, all right now, all right. So anyway, I got my degree from Prairie View A&M University, right? I just learned something new because we used to be like, who you rooting for? And they'd be like, PVU. But now the new thing is PV is the place to be. Yeah, Cody, y'all ain't got nothing like that over at Texas Southern University. Aren't you proud?
TSU. I thought you. Let's stop. Let's just. You can continue.
I thought you was going to be like, too sweet, you.
No.
Oh, that's not what y'all say?
No, that's not what we say. We don't say nothing like that.
Anyway, at 70 years old, Miss McDonald Burns got a diploma. And you know what that should tell some of these other people out here that ain't doing nothing with their life? Hey, Young Cody, how that commercial go? Hey, you sitting on the couch, not doing nothing with your life. Get your life right. Come over to ITT Tech. Is ITT Tech still around?
I think it is definitely still around.
I thought they went bankrupt.
Oh, well.
I just like it when it be like, hey, you sitting over there doing nothing with your life. I'd be like, don't judge me. You don't know my life. You don't know what I'm going through. I'm
popcorn and got that tub.
It's the COVID-19. I'm quarantined. I can't get out and do nothing. Don't be telling me I can't do nothing with my life.
Just because you're in quarantine don't mean you can't be in school. That's the commercials.
Yeah, Cody, I don't know where we're going today, but we're going to get there in a minute, right?
Right.
All right. Yeah, Cody, are you a vegetarian?
No, not planning on it.
Not planning on it?
No, not at all.
So you definitely love bacon and pork and all that good stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, Cody. So did you know that more than 40,000 pounds of ground beef has been recalled according to the USDA? The meat is contaminated with E. coli. Think about that the next time you eating that hamburger, young Cody. When you get ready to take that bite, be like, E. coli. 40,000 pounds. I don't eat beef, young Cody.
You don't eat beef?
No.
No beef, but you eat pork chop.
No, I don't eat pork either.
You eat chicken? I know you eat chicken.
Yes, I will eat some chicken. Every now and then. But I found myself now, because you remember I was a vegetarian for a long time. You remember at the other station we was at? I was a vegetarian then.
I did not know that.
This way, son. I was a vegetarian then. And then you remember Kevin Victor from Victor Smokebox Barbecue? Yeah. He came in and caused me not to be a vegetarian anymore. So for a while I was eating I ate a little bit of beef. Yes, I did, and chicken. So that's how I ended up going back. But now, young Cody, for the last day, young Cody, I found myself, now I'm like, because they got these Boca vegan spicy chicken patties. I love them. They expensive though. Why did you trust it?
You trust vegan patties?
I trusted more than I trusted E. coli.
But this is my argument against vegetarian or whatever, right?
Come on with it.
This is my argument.
Come on with it.
So you say that they got everything contaminated, they injected the chicken, and then they let their wings get big, and then they fall. That's how they die. But you contaminating the vegetables and everything with this fertilizer and with the spray so the animals don't get it. So what if that don't all come off and you putting that in your body?
You can ingest it. You're right. You can ingest it. But I'd rather ingest it not knowing than ingest it knowing that this gonna be an E. coli burger.
Listen.
Or have you, young Cody? Have you ever been on a farm?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Have you ever seen how pigs eat?
Yeah, they just slop. That's what it's called, right?
They
Slop.
eat anything you throw out there.
Yeah.
You put anything out there, they gonna eat it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna eat them.
That's why I don't eat catfish. You know, catfish is catfish and tilapia.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, black people love tilapia, don't they?
I don't like fish because I had some fish.
Tilapia and catfish are the dirtiest fish in the sea. I can't believe that, young Cody. You well, think about that when you eating that. Well, hold on. We boycotting Wendy's, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that a little bit later on. All right, young Cody.
Yes.
Last but not least, in sports, Houston Texans coach and general manager Bill O'Brien says he will take a knee with his players this year during the national anthem. Earlier this year, Coach O'Brien spoke with the media and said, "Our hearts go out to the black community, especially in Houston. We stand with you." The death of Houston native George Floyd rocked the nation on last month, and Texans players such as Deshaun Watson and J.J. Watt have been very vocal on changing the tone when it comes to racial and social injustices. So, head coach and general manager Bill O'Brien will be taking a knee during the national anthem, which is that's a huge thing, young Cody. Mm-hmm. That's very huge because it was a time where didn't nobody want to be affiliated or associated with the Colin Kaepernick movement of taking a knee.
Yeah, I think the reason that is for because they took it and then they twisted it to say, "Oh, we're standing in unity against the president," and then it became you're disrespecting the flag. And then it was
you're disrespecting the veterans,
right? It was so many different things that got it. Even though he clearly said, "I'm doing this for police brutality."
Yes,
in the beginning,
and the killing of unarmed civilians by law enforcement officials.
Right. And it got so bad that somebody in I was in high school at this point, and somebody in my classroom was like, "Oh, I think he's trying to get his starting spot back." I was like, they are brainwashing you. So if you think it's that, what do all the rest of these people think?
Oh, young Cody, it got bad. And I had to tell some people. Somebody asked me, "What would you know about it?" And the first thing I asked him was, "Are you a veteran? Oh, you're not? Well, I am."
Right.
I raised my right hand and took the oath of enlistment in my late 30s. So don't tell me what I know about it because I'd have been about it. Have you been to Afghanistan? Oh, you haven't? I have. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you can't tell me about, oh, well, what do you know about being a patriot? I know more than you did. You probably dodged the draft. Friend of the show, President Trump. I just added him as friend of the show. You know, we got Governor Greg Abbott. Oh, Lieutenant Dan. He's the Lieutenant Governor. Dan Patrick. He's friend of the show. Candace Owens. Yep. Friend of the show. Shelley Rosa Luther Parks.
Oh, we got a bunch of friends.
Friends of the show. And now, President Donald Trump. Our president. I got to keep saying that, young Cody. He's our president. Yeah. Hey, young Cody. Look, before we go to the break, I got one question.
Yes.
Will Bill Belichick take a knee? Come on now. Let me hear what you got to say, because I know Bill is your coach. Will Bill Belichick take a knee in solidarity with the players? Will Bill Belichick take a knee and say, "I too stand with the black community on what's going on, you know, with the racial injustice and the civil unrest. I too will take a knee"?
Probably not.
Why not? Tom ain't there no more. Tom gonna take a knee. He in Florida now. Tom don't want to end up being jumped by... Today, NFL superstar Tom Brady was jumped by Florida man.
Yeah.
Or Florida woman. Tom Brady's arm found in the crocodile. Florida man grabbed Tom Brady. So Tom ain't there no more. Bill got total control.
Yeah, Bill is I don't know. He swings to the beat of his own drum. I couldn't tell you why.
I tell you who will take a knee in the right situation.
Who?
Robert Kraft, if she's...
Whoa.
Robert Kraft would hang out with Meek Mill. He gotta hang out with some black women.
The thing is, he won't take a knee. He'll get somebody to take a knee for him.
He'll go to Florida and take a knee. You still see the morning that's right here, 1540 AM 101.7 FM. We're about to go to the break. Hey, yeah, Cody, you ever watched the movie Groundhog Day?
Yes.
We're gonna talk about that when we come back.
Got it.
We'll be back.
I'm so obsessed. My heart is bound to be right out my untrimmed chest. I believe in you like a virgin. You're
Radio Network, where we have conscious conversation. Edge is about love, relationships, and healing.
Edge Radio is for everyone and about everyone.
Edge is about working together.
Edge Radio is about recreating a beautiful body.
Edge is about community, synergy, and empowerment.
Edge is about being kind, compassionate, and loving to all.
Edge Radio is about beauty and fashion.
各位观众 ，Edge Radio 是大家最好听的一个电台，不要忘记听哦。Yeah, I love Radio. You can hear all about the topic and join us soon.
Edge is about being on the edge and not
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters. Been feeling a little edgy lately? Listen to Edge Radio. That'll push you over the top. 1540 AM and 101.7 FM.
Galveston, Houston, 1540 AM and K269GS, Pasadena, 101.7 FM.
Been sitting in your car because you just can't turn us off? We get it. Stay connected. Go to edgeradionetwork.com, 1540 AM and 101.7 FM. Come to the edge. But don't jump. Just enjoy the view. 1540 AM and 101.7 FM. Want to join the conversation so you can push someone over the edge? Well, give us a call. 281-892-2023.
Welcome back.
2023.
You're tuned to the Morning Edge right here on 1540 and 101.7 FM. I'm your host, Big Sarge, along with
Young Cody.
Stop.
This is KGBC,
Thank you.
Galveston, Houston.
Thank you. Just say Young Cody
and
stop.
K269GS.
Just say that. Say, and Young Cody or Young Cody.
Edge Radio Network,
Young Cody.
where we have conscious conversation.
I got you, Millennial. It's Millennial Mondays right here. 281-587-1540 is the number to call in. Once again, that's 281-587-1540 is the number to call in if you want to jump in and talk about anything that we talked about. I had to give Young Cody some relationship advice. Don't you ever hand your phone over to a woman. Ever. Never, Young Cody. Never.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And when we off the air, I'll tell you some. Anyway, all right. Young Cody, I asked you a question. Mm-hmm. I asked you, had you ever seen the movie Groundhog Day that came out in 1993? Mm-hmm. You seen the movie with Bill Murray?
Oh, I don't know about that Groundhog Day. I seen another Groundhog Day.
What Groundhog Day had you seen?
It was like what it was like in a. Was this Groundhog Day? Maybe it was leap year. I don't know.
It could have been another movie.
It was like. I think it was based on Groundhog Day, but like the same thing kept happening over and over and over and over and over.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I know the concept of the movie.
So Groundhog Day, Young Cody, is a movie about a TV weatherman who travels to a city to report on Groundhog Day. You know what the gist of Groundhog Day is, though, right?
Yeah.
You know, if he sees his shadow, it's one thing. If he doesn't see his shadow, it's another thing, right? Mm-hmm. So this weatherman goes to this city to report on that. He really doesn't want to go, but he goes anyway, right? And so what happens is he finds himself being stuck in a time loop. So every day he wake up, it's the same day. It's the same day, and that's continuously like he wake up, it's February 2nd. He wake up again, it's February 2nd. He wake up again, it's February 2nd. He got to the point where he just started like doing whatever he wanted to do that day because he knew it'd all be erased. Binge eating, he committed robberies, he took the groundhog and jumped and drove a car off a cliff. Because he knew he was going to wake up, and every day he wake up, it'd be the same song. It'd be the same song with the same DJ saying the exact same thing. Every morning he woke up. Yeah, Cody, that's kind of how I feel right now. Every time I turn on the TV and every time I open up social media, I feel like I'm stuck in a time warp, repeating the same day. Like, it's June 15th, but it feels like November 25th, 2006, the day Sean Bell was killed by law enforcement officials. It's June 15th, but it feels like July 6, 2016, the day Philando Castile was killed by law enforcement officials. It's June 15th, but it feels like March 13, 2020, the day Breonna Taylor was killed by law enforcement officials. Young Cody, it's June 15th, but it feels like May 25th, 2020, the day George Floyd was murdered by law enforcement officials. And I go on and on and on because every day it seems like I'm stuck in the same time warp with another African American being killed by law enforcement officials. Every day it seems like I wake up and I'm like, Young Cody, it's got to the point now where I'm almost immune to it, and I don't want to do that. I spoke with a young man last week when we were at the George Floyd Memorial. One of the guys that was working in the front, I spoke with him. He says, I've gotten to the point where it doesn't even affect me anymore, and that's scary. And Young Cody, is sad because I'm getting to that point too, where I just, all right, let me wake up and see what African American got killed today, right?
Right.
And now we have Rayshard Brooks, the Atlanta man who was shot in the back as he fled from the police. You know this story, Young Cody? Have you been following it?
Yes, I've seen it. Yeah.
What do you think about that before I get into this?
So the man was sleeping in his car in the Wendy's parking lot, and I guess the cops came and they told him, you got to get out of this parking spot or you got to go home. He was drunk. I don't know how much of that I believe, because by the video it looked like he was.
He took a breathalyzer. He did take a field sobriety test. We'll get into that. But go ahead.
So I've seen 2 videos of like him tussling with the cops and then running away, and then grabbing like one of the cops' tasers and then running away. And then I've seen like the video of him like actually running away and then like turning around. I don't know why like the whole entire thing isn't, released, because it seems like it stops at a certain point. So I feel like something is missing from the rest of the video. I don't really know, but I don't agree with him tussling with the cops. I feel like if you're drunk, if you know you're drunk, he probably didn't know he was drunk. I don't know how drunk he was. He should have just stood down, went to jail or whatever, faced any charge, but he ran away. But just because he runs away does not mean he deserves to be killed.
Okay.
It's not like he was, abusing anybody or doing anything. They had cops on the way is what I heard. So just let him run into the other cops. I don't agree with him taking the guy's taser or anything like that, but just because he takes your taser like doesn't mean you get to shoot him in the back. In the back. Like, it's not like he was facing him and was like, "Hey, I'm here. So I think it's wrongs on both sides, but I don't like to see anybody's life getting taken away. Like, that's, to me, a human is not the judge and jury, or not is not the executioner. They should never be the executioner in my eyes. Like, I feel like equality is what is needed, because I seen a story that somebody posted that a white man took a cop's taser, but he wasn't shot. He just went to jail.
Yeah, Cody, you're right. I'm gonna get to that, but I just wanted to say everything you said I agree with, and you're right. Let me recap some of what you said. So, all right. So Rayshard Brooks, right, had the police called on him after he was asleep in the Wendy's drive-thru, which is really weird, Young Cody, because like I fell asleep in the drive-thru coming home, and I ain't even been drunk. I was just been sleepy. If you go to a Whataburger late at night, you gonna sit in the line for a minute. So I fell asleep too. So that could have been me. But I'm glad that they didn't shoot him in the car. Like, you remember the young man that was in the line at Taco Bell and he fell asleep.
Yeah.
And the police hit the window and he jumped. He had a weapon in his lap, but when they hit the window and he jumped, they went to firing. So he could have died in the car, sleep.
Right. Yeah.
Just like the young man in Arizona who pulled over to the side to go to sleep, and the police killed him. So at least he didn't die in the car. Let's start with that. So he was sleeping in the car. Police got called from the Wendy's. The Wendy's employees called the police. They came, knocked on the window. Took him a little while, but they told him, he moved his car over and he parked it, right? Now, here's the thing, and this is what I want people to understand. And I didn't learn this until I got to Germany, actually. So, like, even if they wanted to, they could have ticketed him right off the rip. Because if you're inebriated and if you're drunk and even if you're behind the wheel, young Cody, you could be in the car on the passenger side in the car, drunk. You got the keys anywhere near close to you. They say you could have the intent to. So what my partners used to do, and they used to get drunk a lot because that German liquor was something totally different, even that German beer. If they weren't going to make it back, they pull over to the side, get out, put the keys in the trunk, and then go to sleep in the car. So that way, if the police eye pulled up, bam, bam. So that's the same thing. So I wish that he would, if he was that drunk, I wish he'd have just pulled over and put the keys in the trunk and just went to sleep. So even if they came, they'd have been like, okay. But, so he pulled the car over, young Cody, right? So he gets out. Have you seen the part of the video where he's actually having the conversation with the cops?
No, I haven't seen that.
So when he gets out, you can tell that he's drunk because the cops are asking him these questions. And at one point he said that they asked him where he was and he gave a location that was 10 miles away, right? 10 miles away. So then the cop asked him, hey, can I give you a breathalyzer, right? Can we do a field sobriety test? Now, I wish he would have said no. I wish he would have said no, because if he'd have refused, they'd have had to pretty much try to arrest him then. But he said yes, he did give consent, because he kept saying, and he was cordial. He kept saying, I don't want to do nothing wrong. So if this is what you want me to do, then that's what I'll do. Young Cody, he even asked, can I walk to my sister's house right over here? I can park my car right here. I can lock it up. My sister stay right over here. Let me walk to my sister's house, right?
Right.
No. So after 30 minutes of going back and forth, young Cody, after going 30 minutes going back and forth, they gave him a field sobriety test, they gave him a breathalyzer, and he failed, right? He failed the test. I think he was 2.0. I think it's like the legal limit, I think is like 0.08. And I think he was like 1.08 or something like that. Yeah. He was drunk. He wasn't like that drunk, but he was drunk. So I'm not trying to don't let me minimize that by saying, hey, that's great that he was just this much drunk. No, he was drunk, right?
Right.
So they went to arrest him. Here's the part that starts to take a turn for me, young Cody. One, you know, I seen a criminologist on TV today, a legal expert this morning. They said, why didn't they announce that they were arresting him? They never announced that they were arresting him. They just started to put their handcuffs on him. So he didn't know if he was being detained or arrested, and he's still inebriated, right?
Right.
So now we get to the point on what you said, young Cody, and I agree with it. I agree 110% with this. He was wrong for fighting with the cops. He was wrong for fighting with the cops. Let me say that again. He was wrong for resisting detainment, because I don't even know if he was arrested.
Right.
Even when I go back, I was like, did they ever say he was arrested? I don't know, but he was wrong for resisting detainment. So then he gets into it with the two cops, right, young Cody? Gets to wrestling with the cops, and then he gets the upper hand on one, jumps up, grabs the taser, and takes off running. Right? Now, at this point, young Cody, this is where everything tends to change for me, because now I'm looking at it like they chasing down this dude, and the one who lost his taser gotta be mad.
Right.
The one who lost his taser gotta be mad because you done let this man get the best of you.
Yeah.
The other cop gotta be mad because it's like it was two of us and we couldn't take this one dude down. Like, they gonna laugh at us at the academy. I think one had been on the force since like 2013. The other one may have been like 2016, 2018. I can't remember. But these are seasoned veteran cops who can't take down one man. Two.
Yep.
So, young Cody, now your adrenaline's going, you're running, you're like, no, we gotta get this dude. I'm not saying that they had the mindset of killing him. They just like, we gotta get him because we can't go back to the station or everybody can't find out that I got my butt whipped and got my taser taken. Here's the thing, though, young Cody. This is the question that I have. We're gonna go to the break, and we're gonna answer this when we come back. When it first started out, young Cody, the first interaction was when they first got him out of the car. Mm-hmm. Do you have a weapon? No. Do you mind if we pat you down? No. So he didn't have a weapon. They searched him. They patted him down. They wrestled with him, young Cody. If he'd have had a weapon, they'd have been able to find it then too, right? Mm-hmm. They wrestled him down. Here's the thing. They took off after him, right? He got the taser in his hand, right? Right. He got the taser in his hand. Now, they said that when he fired it at them, that was a lethal weapon, and the cop feared for his life. Yet, the cop is chasing him with the same weapon. So how come he can't fear for his life? If it's a lethal weapon in a suspect's hand who don't know how to use a taser, then what is it in a police officer hand who's a subject matter expert who has been trained on this taser chasing him like that? See, this is what I don't get. Because you can't say that it was a lethal weapon in his hand, but a non-lethal weapon in the cop's hand. Because they both got the same weapon. He knows it's a taser. So even when he turns around and fires, we're about to take a break. I can't get off into this right now, young Cody. We're going to get in this when we come back. You're tuned to the Morning Edge right here on 1540 AM, 101.7 FM. We'll be back.
Never was a cooler, tasted like a raindrop. She's got the look. Heavenly bound, cause heaven's got a number when she's spinning me around. Kissing is a color, her loving is a wild dog. She's got the look. 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 What in the world can make a brown-eyed girl turn blue? When everything I'll ever do, I do for you. And I go la 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 la. She's got the look.
Edge is about love, relationships, and healing.
Edge Radio is for everyone and about everyone.
Edge is about working together.
Edge Radio is about recreating a beautiful body.
Edge is about community, synergy, and empowerment.
Edge is about being kind, compassionate, and loving to all.
And Edge Radio is about beauty and fashion.
各位观众 ，Edge Radio 是大家最好听的一个电台，不要忘记听哦。Yeah, I love radio. You can hear all about the topic and join us soon.
Edge is about being on the edge and not jumping. Yes.
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters. Been feeling a little edgy lately? Listen to Edge Radio. That'll push you over the top. 1540 AM and 101.7 FM.
Hey, welcome back. You tuned to the Morning Edge right here on 1540 AM, 101.7 FM. It is Millennial Mondays. I am Big Sarge, and that is
Young Cody.
281-587-1540 is the number to call. Once again, it's 281-587-1540. I almost got my own self mixed up right there, Young Cody.
Almost gave out your phone number.
Call in. We're discussing the latest killing of an unarmed African. Well, I don't want to call him unarmed because they're saying that the taser was a lethal weapon. So we're talking about another African American male being killed by law enforcement officials. And I started it off, Cody, with talking about Groundhog Day, which was the movie where Bill Murray was stuck in a time warp and kept going through the same day over and over and over and over again. And I said that even though it's June 15th, it feels like November 25th, 2006, when Sean Bell was killed. Feels like July 6, 2016 when Philando Castile was killed. It feels like March 13, 2020 when Breonna Taylor was killed. It feels like May 25th, 2020, the day George Floyd was murdered. All by law enforcement officials. So I feel like I keep going through the same time warp every day. I'm going through like, okay, here it goes again, here it goes again, here it goes again. And now we're at the shooting of Rashard Brooks, an Atlanta native who was asleep in the drive-thru of the Wendy's. He was drunk. Come to find out he was drunk. He was intoxicated, He was intoxicated, and he resisted arrest, and he started fleeing from the police, and that's where we stopped. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So now, I asked you this question, young Cody. I said, they searched him for a weapon, right? And then when they initially approached him and got him out of the car, right? Mm-hmm. They asked him, did he have a weapon? He said no.
Right.
They patted him down and found out he didn't have a weapon, right?
Right.
When they tussled with him, when they wrestled with him, he didn't have a quote unquote weapon until he took the taser from one of the officers. Mm-hmm. And then he took off running. Now, young Cody, have you seen the video of him firing the taser?
Yeah, it looked like he missed.
Young Cody, I did still shots. He didn't just miss, he missed by a wide mile. Young Cody, if you see him running, he turns back, and when he fires, the tasers go straight in the air. In the air, young Cody, nowhere near the officer, right?
Mm-hmm. And I believe the officer had him tased as he was running off. So,
hold on, young Cody, it gets better. Don't the officer have on a bulletproof vest? Tasers can't get through that vest. Somebody try to say, well, he could have shot him in the head. It's like, do you know how accurate you have to be with the taser running?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta stop, stand. Even police stop and stand still. They know how to use a taser. You gotta be steady. It's like shooting a weapon. If I'm gonna shoot you in the head with a taser, I can't be running and just go back like this. Oh, hold on, young Cody. It also gets better. Well, he could have turned around, shot the officer with the taser, stunned him. He could have fell down. Then he could have ran back, got his weapon, and then started to shoot. It was 2 officers in pursuit. So when the first one goes down, even if that was the habit, if the first one goes down, the other one gonna start firing, correct?
Correct. Yep.
It was 2 officers, wasn't just one. So even if you're chasing an inebriated, intoxicated man, young Cody was about to catch him anyway. He released the taser. He couldn't get it back soon enough to try to fire another one. So they were about to catch him anyway, young Cody.
Yep.
And like I said, my question is this. If you're saying that the taser is a lethal weapon that Mr. Brooks had to be used against the police officer feared for his life because he had a taser shot at him, what about the police officer who was running and chasing Mr. Brooks as he flee with the same taser?
Yeah.
So it can't be non-lethal for the police officer, but be lethal for the suspect. Right. That's what I don't understand. Also, young Cody, I was watching more video this morning, right before I came into the studio. Mm-hmm. Young Cody, as he's running and chasing Mr. Brooks, you see he's running and he switches hands. Before Mr. Brooks turns to fire the taser, the officer is already reaching for his weapon. See, these are the things that people don't like to talk about. We talk about 281-587-1540. Call in. I'm ready to debate this all day long. Here's my thing, young Cody. I tell people all the time, you can't just pee on me and tell me it's raining. No, that's urine. Mm-hmm. When I am a person that I'm going to sit back and I want to watch and see everything. Young Cody, when they broke that thing down this morning on television, frame by frame, they stopped it. They say, look, Mr. Brooks is running. He hasn't even really turned around yet as the officer is putting his hand on his weapon. Why, young Cody?
Don't ask me.
Doesn't make any sense, does it?
No.
So, now, as I digress, young Cody, so they chased him down, right? They chased him down, and in the midst of the chase, he fires a taser, right? And as he fires a taser, the police officer shoots him in the back because he says he feared for his life, right? Mm-hmm. Now, so here's what we have, young Cody. This is the situation in which we have. We have an intoxicated man, right?
Right.
We got an intoxicated man who resisted arrest, fled from the police officers running, turned around, shot a taser at the officer. The officer feared for his life, shot him in the back twice. People are saying it's justified, right? Because he feared for his life, he shouldn't shot the taser. Okay, hold on, young Cody, because this is going to get good. Let me take this hat off for a second. This is going to get good, Cody. If that's the case, y'all, if you say he don't deserve to die, but you understand he don't deserve to die, but you understand because he shot a taser. Young Cody, have you ever heard of a man named, Scott Jason Orvis?
No.
You never heard of Scott Jason Orvis, have you?
No.
Scott Jason Orvis lives in Pennsylvania. Orvis grabbed 2 Pennsylvania state troopers' tasers and fired them 3 times, hitting one of the troopers in the shoulder. Right? This was after the trooper showed up. He ran in the house, bolted himself in, wouldn't let the cops in. They finally get in, tussle with him. He grabs both of their tasers, fires on them, hits one of them, young Cody, right? Now, he too was intoxicated. He too resisted arrest. He too fought the police. Orvis is alive. Orvis got charged. He went to jail. He did not die like Mr. Brooks. See, this is, come on with it now. You know I'm a nerd, young Cody, and I do my research. So this is what I'm trying to tell all these people out here who, he deserved to die. Really? Okay, well, let's keep it going. Young Cody, you ever heard of Alex Jesse?
No.
Alex Jesse is a Tennessee man who bit off the tip of a police officer's finger. Hold on, it gets better. He bit off the tip. He bit multiple officers, right?
Oh, yeah.
When they approached him, he had 2 knives on him. Resisted arrest, took the taser, tased one of the officers, right?
Right.
Yeah, Cody, he's alive. He too was intoxicated. He too resisted arrest. He too used a taser. He too used a taser on the officers. He's alive, Cody. He's alive. So I just gave you 2 instances on where the exact same thing that went on with Mr. Brooks ended in arrest instead of death. These 2 instances that I gave you with Scott Jason Orvis and Alex Jesse ended in arrest. They were way more violent than Mr. Brooks. They were way more violent than the situation that occurred in the parking lot of that Wendy's. They're still here to tell the story, young Cody. They're still here to talk about what happened. They still was able to sober up, and now they'd be like, oh man, what did I do again? Which is the exact same thing that should have happened to Mr. Brooks. It's the exact same thing that should have happened for Mr. Brooks. Now, young Cody, the Atlanta Police Department this month changed their whole use of lethal force policy, right? All of them have been trained on it. All of them have, right? So I got a frat brother. He's a Houston police officer, right?
Right.
And so, me and him went back and forth yesterday. I love him to death. Me and him went back and forth on yesterday. And so then I told him, but they just changed the policy to, about the use of lethal force. And I told him, but you're the subject matter expert because you're a law enforcement official and I'm not. I'm only going by what I'm reading and trying to, incorporate common sense. But I've also talked with lawyers and I've also talked with my cousin who's a former DEA agent who taught use of lethal force on the local, state, and federal level for multiple years, right? So I'm looking at it and I say, if Atlanta has deemed the taser a non-lethal weapon, when Mr. Brooks fired the weapon, the cops' training should have kicked in and said, that's a non-lethal weapon. I know he does not have a gun. I know that he does not have a weapon. So what he's firing at me, cool. Let him go ahead and get it. I can get up close on him, and we'll catch him. Or because in that policy, young Cody, when you really break it down, and this is what my frat brother argued, it's at the police officer's discretion. It's at the police officer's discretion, the law enforcement official's discretion, on whether or not he wants to use lethal force if he feels he's in imminent danger. Young Cody, after watching the video, did you think that the cop's life was in imminent danger?
No. I didn't feel. See, that's the wording that gets these police officers off. Because if I feel like I'm in danger, I have a right to shoot. It doesn't matter if you have a gun, if I know you have a gun, if I don't know you have a gun, if I don't know. To me, imminent danger can justify any single case that you put around it. Like that can justify all of these, because you could just say, oh, well, I thought I was in danger. Okay, well, case dismissed. Well, I feel like I thought I was in danger. Oh, all right, well, case dismissed.
He was going for my weapon.
Right. It's a matter of opinion. Like you can't prove those type of things. But if you say he has a non-lethal, if your subject has a non-lethal weapon and uses it on you, or plans to use a weapon on you, you do not have the right to use your lethal weapon and kill that person. Especially if it's a taser, and multiple people have been shot and hit with a taser.
Yes.
So I don't know.
But that's my whole thing, young Cody. That's my whole thing, is that at the officer's discretion, think about it, young Cody. They had all the information they needed on this man. They knew his sister stayed close. They could have got that information. They had his car. Mm-hmm. They could have went to his house and waited on him. Like, oh, he gonna sober up. He got to come home. And when he does, we're going to arrest him.
He's not going to get far. He's on foot and he's intoxicated.
And he's running, Cody. He's fleeing. How many times have you watched Cops? The show Cops.
Yeah, I watched it I used to watch it a long time ago. Yeah.
When they started fleeing, what they started doing?
Chasing.
And it's been multiple times where they done threw things at the police, right?
Right.
Threw things at the police. Some has even shot at the police. Young Cody, there is a case out there right now where a young man, I just read about this. I just posted this on social media. He shot at the police. Shot at the police multiple times. He ain't dead. He got arrested. All right, we're about to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to tell you how this case and Michael Jordan ego goes hand in hand. You're tuned to the Morning Edge right here on 1540 AM 101.7 FM. We'll be back.
She's a juvenile scam, never was a quitter, tasting like a raindrop. She's got the look. And she goes, na 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 na. She's got the look. She's got the look. She's got the look. She's got the look. What in the world can make a browner girl turn blue? When everything
Edge Radio Network, where we have conscious conversations.
Edge is about love, relationships, and healing.
Edge Radio is for everyone and about everyone.
Edge is about working together.
Edge Radio is about recreating a beautiful body.
Edge is about community, synergy, and empowerment.
Edge is about being kind, compassionate, and loving to all.
Edge Radio is about beauty and fashion.
各位观众 ，Edge Radio 是大家最好听的一个电台，不要忘记听哦。Yeah, I love radio. You can hear all about the topic and join us soon.
Edge is about being on the edge and not jumping. Yes.
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters. Been feeling a little edgy lately? Listen to Edge Radio. That'll push you over the top. 1540 AM and 101.7 FM.
Hey, welcome back. You're tuned to the Morning Edge right here, 1540 AM, 101.7 FM. I'm Big Sarge along with
Young Cody.
Yes, you got it right. You got it right. You just stopped on Young Cody.
Hey.
I'm proud of you, Young Cody.
It take a couple of times.
Take a couple of times?
Yeah.
281-587-1540 is the number to call in. Hey, y'all call in. I want to hear your opinions on what happened this past weekend in Atlanta with the killing of Rayshard Brooks. Atlanta man who was intoxicated, resisted arrest, fled, and was shot in the back after he fired a taser on an officer. Young Cody, I said that I was going to show you how Michael Jordan's ego and the two officers involved in the shooting, how they go hand in hand, right?
Right.
Now, in no way am I saying that Michael Jordan would do anything like this. In no way am I saying that Michael Jordan is one of the guys, has this type of mindset to shoot somebody in the back because he feared for his life. I'm not saying that. Only thing I'm doing is using the egos. You watched The Last Dance, right?
Yeah, all 10 episodes.
Did it ever look at any point in time during The Last Dance that Michael Jordan wanted to lose?
No.
In anything?
No.
Did it ever look like Michael Jordan wanted to be beat or have somebody get the best of him in anything?
Oh, absolutely not. No.
Young Cody, they said that on the bus and on the plane, right? They used to gamble. High stakes were in the back. Low stakes were in the front.
Yep.
Right? High stakes was in the back where Michael Jordan was. Low stakes was in the front where like Bill Winnington and Steve Kerr and all them was, right? Michael Jordan would come from the back of the bus or the back of the plane to come up to play with them. So one of them asked, Mike, why you want to come up here and play with us? We don't have that type of money that you got, that y'all gambling with in the back there. We don't have that type of money.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan said, I want you all to know what it feels like for me to have your money in my pocket. So he wanted to win money back there. He wanted to win money up there. During one of the times during The Last Dance, did or did he not, was he not pitching quarters?
Yep.
For $20.
Yeah, with the security guards.
Yeah, Cody, when I was growing up, when we pitched quarters, we was pitching quarters only for the quarter. Not for $20. Yeah. And then he's like, I'll give you 4 chances to my 1. So you see what I'm saying? Michael Jordan never wanted to lose to anybody in anything. I listened to a podcast on Friday, right? I listened to a podcast with Bomani Jones, and he had Ahmad Rashad on there. You know who Ahmad Rashad is, right? Yeah. He had Ahmad Rashad on there. And Ahmad Rashad says that Michael Jordan is one of the most competitive people he's ever met in his life. And he's like, and I played professional football. He said, and I was good, and I never met nobody as competitive as Michael. And he says, and when it comes to me, he's very competitive. If he loses to me, we got to run it back. He hates to lose to me. So I say all that, Young Cody, to say about Michael Jordan's ego and that mind frame and that mindset, to say that that's exactly how I felt those 2 officers involved in the Rayshard Brooks case. That seems like the mindset to me, because you're wrestling with this man, a suspect. You can't get him down and you can't handcuff him, and it's 2 of y'all. So when they realize that they in a tussle and their training and everything that they learn and this, that, and other, they can't get him down, right?
Right.
He gets up with the stun gun, or the taser. He gets up with the taser of one of the officers. At that point, young Cody, when he stands up with the taser, guess where the mindset go? Oh, hell. I'm going to have to hear about this forever. Even once we get this guy, my partner is going to make fun of me, maybe in private, but he's going to make fun of me too because I let my taser get got.
Yeah.
But I can't make, he can't make too much fun of him because it was both of us trying to take him down. So young Cody, when they get up and they start pursuing him, it's like, we can't lose. We can't lose. We can't go back to the station. We can't let anybody know that we couldn't detain an intoxicated man, and it was two of us. Mm-hmm. And even in the midst of us not being able to detain him, he got a taser, and he's outrunning us.
Yeah.
Young Cody, who in their right mind gonna be able to live with all that criticism?
Writing a report on that is gonna be really fun.
Well, they ain't gonna put that in the report. Just like, you know, the former Minneapolis Police Department police officer didn't put that he had his knee on George Floyd's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. You know that was never in the report, right? In their minds and in their report, George Floyd died of medical conditions. But go ahead, I'm listening.
Because writing a report on that is kind of like either this is the thing. Either you make it to where it's like, oh, I really wasn't, you know, I really didn't put my knee on his neck, you know, I gently put whatever, or it's, oh, he tackled us, he body slammed us into the ground, and he tried to tase us and then hold us against our will. It's either those two ends of the spectrum. It's not nothing that is the truth, because when you tell your side of the story, you want people to come on your side of the story, not the other side, or you just leave out information.
Yes.
Like when you having an argument, you leave out some things about why this person did that. That's why anytime somebody tells me a story, I'm like, so why do you think they felt like that? Why do you? And then you get the information out of those people, like, oh, so you were actually in the wrong.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you're supposed to be on my side, bro.
Yep.
No, I'm just telling you the truth. You're in the wrong.
And young Cody, what is always three sides to every story. Your side, they side, and the truth.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. You know, there was a businessman, a Fortune 500 businessman, who beat Michael Jordan one-on-one in Michael Jordan's camp. Now, like I said, if you know anything about Michael Jordan, he's very competitive. He had never lost at his camp. He don't let nobody just win. He don't care who it is, right? Michael Jordan and Chris Paul one time, I think it was at a Nike Air Jordan camp.
Oh yes,
you seen that? And if Michael Jordan missed one shot, the whole camp got shoes. Michael Jordan hit every shot.
Chris Paul was like, "Come on, man, they just want some shoes."
Michael Jordan like, "Man, F them kids." Michael Jordan didn't care, right? So that ego, right? So it's like, I can't. So that's what I'm saying. These police officers now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that in pursuit of Mr. Brooks that they had the mindset that we're gonna kill him. Mm-hmm. But by the same token, you're almost running with a defeatist attitude. Like, I can't believe that. It's like the equivalent to, you got a younger brother, right?
I got an older brother.
An older brother.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's the equivalent to your brother hitting you and then taking off running. You like, oh, when I catch him, I'm gonna beat him up, right?
I ain't gonna lie, that happened a couple of times. I'm gonna keep that on the low though.
Well, what, you got beat up?
We ain't gonna talk about it.
Hey, hold on, young Cody. Like, hey, hold on. Is this
I ain't gonna lie.
You wanna have a therapy session, young Cody, right here on the Morning Edge?
He put me in a chokehold, and I ain't gonna lie. Like, it wasn't a big chokehold, but he just held me against my will. You know, so when he let go, I'm like, you strangling me. Like, you know, I tried to play the defense, but, you know, and then I tried to get back on him once his defense was down. It didn't go too well.
You need a hug, young Cody? Because it sounds like you need a hug.
I don't want to talk about it. No, we're going to leave that in the past.
In the past?
We're going to leave it in the past.
All right, we're going to get back to the case.
Yeah.
So, like I was saying, I know I just, in all honesty, young Cody, I just felt like that they were chasing this guy and they wanted to catch him because they wanted to do something bad to him. Even if they didn't kill him, they was going to beat him.
Right.
Because it's all on video too. Mm-hmm. So, and they watch these videos and you're going to be ridiculed. Oh, look what you can do, right? And so then, you know what was one of the first things that the officer who killed him, you know what he said?
What?
I got him. What you win, bro? I got him. What you get? What you mean you got him? That's what I don't understand, yeah, Cody. What do you mean you got him? What was you trying to get?
Yeah. To me, when I hear I got him, I'm thinking, oh, good, now we can bring him in. But it's like you shooting ducks, you shooting deer. Oh, I got him.
Young Cody, we're about to take a break. All right. Well, I guess I'll start the. We'll just jump into the Article 15, Young Cody. I know you live for these two, right, Young Cody?
Yes, I love them. Love them.
What'd you say? You love them?
I love them. I love the intensity. I pray to have that intensity one day.
Well, Young Cody, while I'm looking this up, tell them where they can find you at.
You can find me on Instagram at Cody Felix. That's Kody. Some people type in C. It's Kody. Felix. And on Twitter at Cody_Felix. Young Cody, you know what it is.
Did you say you know who it is?
You know what it is. You
know what it is.
You know what it is.
I don't even know what that means.
You'll find out. Cody_Felix on Twitter. Cody Felix on Instagram.
Why you'll never get your Facebook?
Because Facebook is a family.
I know. I told somebody the other day, it's like, my mom was alive. Facebook was a place I went not to cuss. Twitter was the place I went to cuss like a sailor. All right, Young Cody. All my Vietnam veterans, welcome home. Germany, good night. All my active duty military personnel that's downrange, good night. It is now time for Big Sarge's Article 15. Ray Ciccarelli, come get this work. Hey, Young Cody, do you know who Ray Ciccarelli is?
No.
Ray Ciccarelli is a part-time driver of the NASCAR Gander RV and Outdoors Truck Series. He spoke out against NASCAR's decision in a widely read Facebook post on last Wednesday, saying he would not return after the 2020 racing season is over, citing the company's decision to ban the flag. This is his, and I quote, "Well, it's been a fun ride and dream come true, but if this is the direction NASCAR is headed, we will not participate after the 2020 season is over. I don't believe in kneeling during the anthem, nor taking people's right to fly whatever flag they love," he wrote on Facebook. He added, "I could care less about the Confederate flag, but there are people that do, and it doesn't make them a racist. It doesn't make them a racist at all if you are doing what you're doing is an explicit to one group to cater to another." I'm not going to use the explicit. "And I ain't spending the money we are about to participate in any political BS. So everything is for sale." Right? That's Ray Ciccarelli. Right? Mr. Ciccarelli, in this short time that I have left on this show today, thank you all for tuning in to the Morning Edge. On this short time that I have, Mr. Ciccarelli, let's just go ahead and break this thing down. You don't care about the flag, but you're leaving NASCAR because of the flag. You don't care about the flag. Well, guess what, Mr. Ciccarelli? Here's the thing. First of all, nobody even knows who you are. That's the first thing. So it is one of those things like, Young Cody, you know how people announce on Facebook, "I can't take this no more. I'm leaving Facebook." You ain't got to announce it. Just leave.
Yeah, you got 81 people.
"I'm deleting my Facebook. I'm deleting my Twitter. I can't take this no more." No, you want attention. You want people to be like, "Please stay, please stay." No. Just go. You don't have to tell nobody you're leaving. Just go bye-bye. Just delete it. Ray Ciccarelli, you have participated in a lot of races. You ain't never won one. You ain't never finished in top 5 in one. You ain't finished in top 10 in one. Bubba Wallace Jr. say, "I didn't really even know who this guy was before he even said anything." So now your name is plastered over everything. And I'm pretty sure I'll see you at the Republican National Convention standing up there screaming, "Hey! The Confederate flag means something." Yeah, it does mean something. Let me tell you what it means in the African American community, Mr. Ray Ciccarelli. We've had people who have been killed, hung, murdered. Oh, don't forget, Cody, tune in tomorrow, because on tomorrow I'm going to ask, when do we bring lynching back? We're going to talk about that. That Confederate flag, people have been murdered, killed, beat, Homes been vandalized, property been vandalized. Like, that Confederate flag may not mean anything to you and your followers, but to us, it means a lot. It's a symbol of racism. And then, young Cody, this is what I don't understand. Who gets to brag about losing? You lost. They lost the war, young Cody. And they got more statues. They got more schools named after them. They got more army bases named after them for losers.
Yeah, you don't get no participation trophies.
Young Cody, I went to Sharpstown High School. Our football team, the best we did my whole 4 years there, the varsity, we went 5-5. We was happy, right?
Right.
You think after Madison blew us out, we got to say, hey man, we was there, we did good. You think we got accolades? No, we got beat. When Willow Ridge blew us out, did we get a chance to say, hey, we may have lost, but we want to be in the paper with y'all too? Right? When Dulles beat our heads in, you don't get to get props when you lose. So Ray Cicerelli, see, this is the problem. We gotta go. This is the problem, Ray Cicerelli. You love that Confederate flag because it symbolizes that losers can get a participation trophy too. You ain't never won a thing in your life. Not one. You've never won anything as far as NASCAR is concerned. Nobody knows who you are, but you want a statue too, don't you? You want Robert E. Lee High School too, right? You want the Ray Cicerelli School for... Tune to the Morning Edge right here, 1540 AM, 101.7 FM. Yo, Cody, it's been real.
It's been good.
See you next Monday?
Yes.
I'm out.